The Xbox One is a home video game console developed by Microsoft. Announced on May 21, 2013, it is the successor to the Xbox 360 and the third console in the Xbox family. It directly competes with Sony's PlayStation 4 and Nintendo's Wii U as part of the 8th generation of video game consoles. The Xbox One was released in North America, several European markets, Australia, and New Zealand on November 22, 2013, and in 26 other markets, including Japan, the remaining European markets, and the Middle East, in September 2014. It is also the first Xbox game console to be released in China, specifically in the Shanghai Free Trade Zone. Microsoft also marketed the device as an all-in-one entertainment system, also making it a competitor to other digital media players, such as the Apple TV and Google TV platforms. Moving away from the Xbox 360's PowerPC-based architecture, back to the x86 architecture used in the original Xbox, the console features an AMD accelerated processing unit built around the x86-64 instruction set. The Xbox One places an increased emphasis on cloud computing and entertainment integration, offering the ability to overlay live television programming from an existing set-top box with an enhanced program guide, split-screen multitasking of applications, and improved second-screen support. The console optionally includes an upgraded Kinect sensor, providing richer motion tracking and voice recognition for use in its graphical user interface and games. The Xbox One also offers the ability for users to record and share highlights from or live stream gameplay. The console's controller was refined over that of the Xbox 360, with a redesigned D-pad and triggers capable of delivering directional haptic feedback. Prior to its official release, the Xbox One received mixed reviews. The entertainment-oriented features were praised, but there was controversy surrounding several policy changes since the Xbox 360's release, including a proposed always-on digital rights management system, and privacy concerns over a mandate that the Kinect be used at all times. Microsoft retracted these changes prior to the console's launch, and it received mostly positive reception for its refined controller design, multimedia features, user interface, and voice navigation. History. Xbox One is the successor to Xbox 360, Microsoft's previous video game console, which was introduced in 2005 as part of the 7th generation of video game consoles. As of January 2016 update, it remains in production by Microsoft, having received a number of small hardware revisions to reduce the unit's size and improve its reliability. In 2010, Microsoft's Chris Lewis stated that the 360 was about halfway through its life cycle. This was aided by the introduction of the Kinect device that year, which Lewis stated would extend the life cycle by 5 years. Initial hardware for the 360's successor, commonly referred to by the industry as the Xbox 720, was reportedly in hands of developers as early as May 2011. The official developer kit was codenamed Durango, and appeared to be available to developers by mid-2012. Leaked documents suggested that the new console would include an improved Kinect device, cloud access to games and media, integration with phone and tablet devices, and technology to provide players heads-up displays on glasses worn by the player. Codenamed Fortaleza, Microsoft did not comment on these reported features. Similar, leaked design documents also suggested that Microsoft was seeking to eliminate the ability to play used games, though Microsoft later clarified they were still reviewing the design and were thinking about what is next and how we can push the boundaries of technology like we did with Kinect, but did not comment on the validity of the information. The console was publicly unveiled under the name Xbox One on May 21, 2013 in a press conference designed to cover the unit's broad multimedia and social capabilities. A second press event for the console was held during E3 on June 10, 2013, focusing on its video game-oriented functionality. At that time, Microsoft announced that the console would be released in 21 different markets on November 22, 2013, but this was later amended down to 13. The change, which pushed the release date for the other 8 markets to 2014, was attributed to unforeseen complexity in localizing the device's voice recognition capabilities. Later, in September 2014, the Xbox One was released in 26 markets, including remaining markets in Europe, the Japanese market, and Middle Eastern markets. In 2015, 4 members of an international hacking group pled guilty to gaining unauthorized access to Microsoft's computer network and obtaining sensitive information relating to Xbox One and Xbox Live. At the time of the security breach, Microsoft was in the development stage for its next-generation gaming system. Between 2011 and 2013, the hackers spent hundreds of hours searching through Microsoft's network, copying login credentials, source code, technical specifications and other data. Group members say they were driven by an immense curiosity about Microsoft's then unreleased Xbox One console and associated software. Using stolen access credentials, 2 of the hackers also committed a physical theft by entering a secure building on Microsoft's Redmond, Washington campus, and carrying away 3 Durango development kits. Hardware design: Xbox One's exterior casing consists of a 2-tone, liquid black finish, with half finished in a matte gray, and the other in a glossier black. The matte side of the top of the console consists of a large air vent. The design was intended to evoke a more entertainment-oriented and simplified look than previous iterations of the console. Among other changes, the LED rings used by Xbox 360 are replaced by a glowing white Xbox logo used to communicate the system's status to the user. Due to the overall ventilation design of the console, Xbox One is designed to only sit horizontally. Internals: Xbox One is powered by an AMD Jaguar accelerated processing unit with 2 quad-core modules totaling 8x86-64 cores clocked at 1.75 GHz, and 8 GB of DDR3 RAM with a memory bandwidth of 68.3 GB per second. The memory subsystem also features an additional 32 MB of embedded static RAM, or ESRAM, with a memory bandwidth of 109 GB per second. Eurogamer were told prior to its release that, for simultaneous read and write operations, the ESRAM is capable of a theoretical memory bandwidth of 192 GB per second and that a memory bandwidth of 133 GB per second has been achieved with operations that involved alpha transparency blending. The system includes a non-replaceable hard drive and a Blu-ray disc optical drive. 138 GB of hard drive space is used by the operating system, with the remainder available for the storage of games. Since the June 2014 software update, up to 2 USB drives can be connected to Xbox One to expand its capacity. External drives must support USB 3.0 and have a capacity of at least 256 GB. It was reported that 3 GB of RAM would be reserved for the operating system and utility software, leaving 5 GB for games. With DirectX 11.2 as the console's API, the graphics processing unit is based on an AMD GCN architecture with 12 compute units, which have a total of 768 cores, running at 853 MHz, providing an estimated peak theoretical power of 1.31 TFLOPS. For networking, Xbox One supports Gigabit Ethernet, 802.11n wireless, and Wi-Fi Direct. We purposefully did not target the highest-end graphics. We targeted it more as a broad entertainment play, and did it in an intelligent way. Greg Williams, GM of Xbox Silicon Development. Xbox One supports 4K resolution video output and 7.1 surround sound. Yusuf Mehdi, Corporate Vice President of Marketing and Strategy for Microsoft, has stated that there is no hardware restriction that would prevent games from running at 4K resolution. Unlike the Xbox 360, the Xbox One does not support 1080i and other interlaced resolutions. Xbox One supports HDMI 1.4 for both input and output, and does not support composite or component video. The console can monitor its internal temperature and adjust accordingly to prevent overheating, alongside increasing fan speed. Additional measures can be taken, including forcing the hardware to run in a lower power state, a feature that was not present on Xbox 360. Restricting power consumption lowers maximum performance, but the setting would be intended as a last resort to prevent permanent hardware damage. Controller. Xbox One's controller maintains the overall layout found in the Xbox 360's design, but with various refinements to its form. Among its changes include a smoother form, textured analog sticks, a four-way directional pad, and redesigned triggers and shoulder buttons with a curved shape for ergonomics. Menu and View buttons have replaced the start and back buttons. Each trigger features independent rumble motors called impulse triggers, which allows developers to program directional vibration. One trigger can be made to vibrate when firing a gun, or both can work together to create feedback that indicates the direction of an incoming hit. The controller also contains light emitters that allow it to be tracked and paired using Kinect, and to detect when it's not being held to automatically enter a low power state. An updated revision of the controller was released in June 2015, which includes a 3.5-MILLIMETER headphone jack and other minor changes. The Xbox One controller includes a micro USB port. When attached via a USB cable, the controller can operate without battery power, and can be used on computers running Windows 7 or later with drivers. The Xbox One wireless adapter for Windows accessory allows wireless use of Xbox One controllers on computers running Windows 7 or later. A variation known as the Elite Wireless Controller was released in October 2015. It is described as an Elite controller for the Elite gamer, containing interchangeable parts. Hair trigger locks, for the triggers that allow users to reduce the amount of distance they must be pressed to register a press, and software for remapping buttons. Kinect. An updated version of the Kinect Natural User Interface sensor was also created to provide motion tracking and voice recognition for Xbox One. The new Kinect sensor features a wide-angle time-of-flight camera and a 1080p camera, and processes 2 gigabits of data per second to read its environment. The new Kinect has greater accuracy over its predecessor, can track up to 6 skeletons at once, perform heart rate tracking, track gestures performed with an Xbox One controller, and scan QR codes to redeem Xbox gift cards. By default, voice recognition is active at all times, so the console can receive voice commands from the user when needed, even when the console is in sleep mode, although settings are available to change which Kinect functions are active. All Xbox One consoles were initially shipped with the Kinect sensor included. On June 9, 2014, cheaper Xbox One bundles which exclude Kinect were introduced. Microsoft stated the decision to offer Xbox One bundles without Kinect was to offer a choice to people that would allow people to buy an Xbox One, and then ramp up to Kinect when they can afford to, while also allowing games to use processing power that was previously reserved for Kinect. An updated Xbox development kit issued in June 2014 allows developers to explicitly disable Kinect motion tracking functionality in games, allowing access to additional system resources that represent about 10% of the GPU processing power. These resources were previously reserved for Kinect skeletal tracking, regardless of whether the Kinect sensor was attached or in use. A Windows-compatible version of the new Kinect was released on July 15, 2014. A standalone version of Kinect for Xbox One was released in October 2014. It is bundled with a digital copy of Dance Central Spotlight software and services. Xbox One runs two operating systems within a hypervisor. Games run within one operating system, while apps and the user interface run within a stripped-down variant of Windows 10. This architecture allows resources to be allocated specifically to different aspects of the console's functions, including multitasking and Kinect processing, ensuring an absolute guarantee of performance for games. Apps can be snapped to the side of the screen as a form of multitasking. Xbox One can support universal Windows platform apps, which can be designed to run across Xbox One, Windows 10 on PC, and Windows 10 for mobile devices. Xbox One's user interface is modeled on Metro design language. The dashboard is divided into Home, Community, One Guide, and Store sections. A guide sidebar is accessed by double-pressing the Xbox Guide button, providing access to common functions such as the Friends list, apps, the user's party, and settings. Users can go back to the dashboard while using games or apps using either the Xbox button on the controller or a voice command. Up to 4 apps can run at once, but only one game can run at a time. Use of Kinect enables the ability to control the console via voice commands. Xbox One's voice control capabilities are similar to, albeit richer than that of Xbox 360. Motion control support was also available on the dashboard with Kinect. However, this feature has been removed from the new Xbox One experience due to low usage. The voice assistant Cortana will be added in 2016 to provide expanded voice command functionality with natural language recognition. The dashboard originally used a layout similar to Windows 8's start screen, with a horizontal scrolling, tile-based interface. This design was replaced for Xbox Preview program members in September 2015 with the current interface, known as New Xbox One Experience, which was publicly released as part of the November 12, 2015 system update. Multimedia features. Xbox One can view and play content from DLNA servers and USB storage devices using the Media Player app. A Blu-ray player app allows playback of video from Blu-ray disc, DVD and CD media. Xbox One provides the ability to feed live television by serving as an HDMI pass-through for an existing television provider's set-top box or an optional digital TV tuner accessory that allows use of digital terrestrial television. The console provides its own electronic program guide known as One Guide, augmenting the set-top box's existing functionality to provide show recommendations based on viewing history. Integrated access to app channels corresponding to online video services, and voice control via Kinect. The set-top box and television are controlled by One Guide using an IR blaster. Xbox One does not provide full DVR functionality for recording television programs. Executive Yusuf Mehdi indicated that Xbox One would work in tandem with existing television services, but that Microsoft would need to work with them directly to provide extended functionality, such as DVR integration. The digital TV tuner accessory allows limited DVR functionality for pausing and rewinding live TV for up to 30 minutes. Xbox Live. The Xbox Live service has been scaled up to use 300,000 servers for Xbox One users. Cloud storage is available to save music, films, games and saved content, and developers are able to use live servers to offer dynamic in-game content and other functionality. Users can have up to 1,000 friends. Players can use the Upload Studio app to edit and share clips from the last 5 minutes of gameplay footage that is automatically recorded by the console. Games can also be developed so that recording can automatically be triggered in response to notable events, such as achievements. Xbox One also integrates with the live streaming platform Twitch. Users can use voice commands to immediately begin streaming footage of their current game directly to the service, and use Kinect's camera and microphone to record video and audio narration. Users can feature recorded clips on their Xbox Live profile page in a Showcase section. As with Xbox 360, premium online features such as multiplayer, voice communication, live streaming and Upload Studio require an Xbox Live Gold subscription to use. Unlike Xbox 360, a user's Xbox Live Gold subscription benefits apply to all other users of their designated home console as well, rather than requiring a separate subscription for each user. Since June 2014, apps and multimedia services no longer require Xbox Live Gold to use. Additional subscriptions for outside services may still be required. Second screen and streaming. The Xbox Smart Glass app provides extended functionality on Xbox One, allowing devices running Windows Phone, Windows 8, iOS and Android to be used as a companion device for Xbox One features, such as powering on the console, a remote control, accessing messages and the activity feed, purchasing content, and providing integration with certain games and content. The Smart Glass app can also be used to stream live TV to Android and Windows devices if the console is using a USB digital TV tuner. On Windows 10, Smart Glass is succeeded by the Xbox app, which supports the local streaming of games from Xbox One to personal computers and tablets running Windows 10. An Xbox One controller must be used, but Windows-compatible headsets and microphones can be used for voice chat. Games requiring Kinect are not supported, while game DVR and online streaming are not available while using this functionality. Per partnership with Oculus VR, users will also be able to stream Xbox One games to the Oculus Rift virtual reality headset by means of Windows 10's streaming support. Games are rendered on a screen in a virtual theater setting. There are currently no immediate plans for direct integration between Xbox One and Oculus Rift.